Hello, my beautiful Sagittariuses, and welcome to your reading. So I wanted to kind of just start things off with some clear, good energy. I lit some Paleo Santos here just to kind of help cleanse. Honestly, I feel like, I don't know if it's just because I've been doing these readings kind of like back to back to back or what it has been, but I have been honestly kind of going through it. So I had to take a little bit of a break with filming these. So I'm so sorry, but I'm hoping that I kind of get this one up sooner rather than later for you guys. But I just wanted to make sure that, again, we get some clear, good energy and, just get going. So I've gone ahead and pre-shuffled your cards off camera. We are going to be doing some additional cards towards the end of your reading, shuffling on camera. But this way it was just to kind of help cut down the time with the shuffling. So we are basically looking at your month ahead. So whether you watch this now, a year from now, months from now, weeks from now, it doesn't matter. This is a timeless reading. So at any point that you happen to come across this video, I hope that these messages find you well. We're going to go ahead and dive right in. And before we actually start getting to the cards, I do want to talk about the crystal that I selected for each group. I selected one more intuitively. There was really no kind of rhyme or reason. It kind of just whatever crystal I was drawn to for your sign, that is what I use. So you might find yourself as well drawn to this specific crystal. This is a smoky quartz. This is actually a smoky quartz tower. And personally, I love to have smoky quartz around. I find smoky quartz is really helpful, especially when you are kind of going through some tough times and you want to just kind of dispel any negativity. This kind of helps cleanse that area. So I feel like that was kind of fitting, especially with that Paleo Santos that I lit before. It's a very grounding stone as well. So if you feel like you just need something to kind of help keep you a little bit more grounded, kind of help kind of clear things out, again, get rid of any negativity, all of that, then this would be something I would recommend to keep on hand. So we're going to go ahead and just put this guy off to the side for now, and then we're going to go ahead and dive in here. So we are going to start with your tarot cards, and we are going to go ahead and go through the rest of your oracle cards soon after, but let's see what your month ahead has in store for you. All right, so we have the Knight of Cups starting off, followed by the Six of Swords. Next, we have the Eight of Swords in reversed. Love to see that in reversed. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So Sagittarius, what is it that we've got going on here for you guys for this month ahead? We definitely have some news coming in. And for some of you, this could be, a love interest or something coming in as far as like with love, because the cups does deal with our emotions and love. However, this in particular can also be a good omen or good message, something kind of coming in towards you. So you might be receiving some good news here within this month, which is really exciting. We also have here with the Six of Swords, this is you kind of like moving on ahead. Some of you might be kind of transitioning or going through some type of change, almost like you're kind of like leaving the past behind you, like you're ready to kind of start anew. For others, it could just be that you're traveling this month, because this does also kind of deal with you kind of embarking on a journey. And since you guys, I would say kind of fits well with your nature. Sagittariuses are typically more adventurous, right? You guys are definitely up for a change of scenery every now and then. This might be very fitting. So this month coming up would be, maybe you're getting a raise or something's coming up where you're like, you know what, maybe it's time to take that trip I've been dying to take. So I love to see that for you guys. And I feel like also too, this is going to be a way for you to kind of clear your head a bit too. And the reason why I say that is because with your Eight of Swords in reverse, it's like you're kind of breaking free from maybe this previous way of thinking or like those limiting beliefs that you had upon yourself. This is you kind of like breaking free from that. So we're starting to take the blindfold off. We're starting to kind of see like the bigger picture of things, right? And this might be that time where like if you are traveling or if you are wanting to kind of like get away, this is going to be a really good time again for that mental clarity, because something's coming in. Whatever this Knight of Cups represents for you, this is telling me that this is going to be something that's going to kind of like ignite or spark this maybe almost interest or something to where you're like, you know what, I think it is time to take the blindfold off. I think it is time to see myself in a different way than what I have previously. Because the Eight of Swords, typically when this is in the upright position, this is usually kind of like we feel stuck or we feel bounded by our situation. And it's almost like clouding our mindset. This is all we think about because it's like we're trying to figure out a way out, but we can't quite see it. And what's crazy at the same time about that is, like, in theory, you really can get yourself out, but it's because of whatever limiting belief that we have, you know, instilled in our mind, or like what we tell ourselves that we can't do. In reality, you can. It's like you need to stop telling yourself you can't and replace it with I can. And once you do, you'll start to see like, oh, okay, this is how I can get out of this situation, or this is how I can work around this, you know, whatever that may be. So maybe just kind of taking a break here, or just kind of getting away to kind of help, again, clear your mind is going to become a little bit easier for you. And I think just be more beneficial for you in the long run. Now, what I love to see here is with this Page of Pentacles, because this is all about you kind of getting more grounded and really kind of hunkering down and starting to set your sights on what it is you're wanting to do. So this is kind of like, you know, trying to maybe learn more about a specific situation, or again, whatever you're clearing your mind from or kind of like escaping from. This is you kind of like reclaiming almost like your power, or just like your sense of self, where you start to be like, okay, now I can see clearer. I can think clearer. I can actually start to see my outcome. It's no longer foggy, or it's no longer just like a what if. It's like, no, I actually can see myself achieving this goal, because you're actually being able to envision it. So I feel like this is a very fitting reading for you guys, because I feel like at the core, it really speaks to the true Sagittarius nature, where it's like that thirst for knowledge, that you know, wanting to expand and learn and grow more. What's a way that I can, you know, overcome this, or how can I, you know, gain more info to kind of like see things more clearer, you know, things like that. You guys are very much like that thirst for knowledge type character, you know, where again, knowledge is power. And so for you guys, I feel like when we are in our minds sometimes too much and we kind of block that, that's when we don't feel as grounded. That's when we do feel like a little chaotic. And this is honestly you guys breaking out of that. You're not in this state anymore. This month is all about you breaking free from this cycle or this limiting belief. You're getting away. You're being able to kind of just clear your mind. And like I said, even if you don't necessarily go on like a vacation, so to speak, or you're traveling, it could just be that you are going outside, going out in nature, you know what I mean? Going for a hike, going for a walk, just something like where you are kind of getting away from your day-to-day routine and you're starting something new, where it helps clear your mind a bit more. So I really like this for you. Definitely got some good news coming in, which is really helpful for sure. As I mentioned, definitely could be a possibility for some of you who are single looking for love. There could be a love interest popping up. So that could be something, maybe we're just kind of clearing our, you know, limiting beliefs on that, and that we are going to take a chance on this, you know, and just kind of want to learn. And this is you kind of getting to know each other more. This is like that definite beginning stage. But for those of you that's not pertaining to that, like I said, definitely good news. Something good is coming in for you. So I love to hear that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of your oracle cards so we can kind of get maybe a little bit more info and maybe just a clear description of everything. So starting off with your astrological cards, we have the planet of Ceres, or asteroid Ceres. Sorry, I don't want to say planet, but the next one that we have is Gemini. Okay. Followed by the 6th house. Okay. So let's take a look at this. So starting off, one thing I'm actually kind of noticing before we even kind of like dive right in, I noticed that the color green is very prominent with these 3 cards. Now, green does represent abundance, finances, money. And, you know, one thing I forgot to kind of hit upon with the Page of Pentacles is that does also deal with money, finances. So that could be something too that you're kind of like looking into, or kind of like getting a little bit more knowledge on how you can kind of maybe increase your finances. But I thought that was something something to mention because as we look into the asteroid series, one of the things that stands out with that is that does represent abundance as well. So you could be coming into a sense of abundance here. That could be that good news. Again, I kind of mentioned that earlier. You might be getting news of a raise. So that could be confirmation for some of you. Definitely let me know if that's the case. But definitely one thing to also consider with this card is this is also very much a nurturing card as well. It's also considered kind of like the mother energy. So this is a time for you to really kind of like nurture yourself and really take care of yourself during this time. So as I talked about, sorry, I don't know why my throat is like, I keep having to clear. I apologize. One of the things that you might have to kind of like pay attention to as we're, going through the month ahead is that really just listening to your body and to yourself. So maybe just kind of taking care of you again during this time, or just kind of like focusing on your health a little bit more, things like that. So like I said, going for a walk, kind of changing up your routine, getting your body moving, things like that, I think are going to be helpful just to, again, clear your mind, help you kind of get a little bit more focused, and also just kind of keep you more in line or aligned overall with your body. Now, we also do have Gemini here. So you could be dealing with a Gemini, or you could have Gemini in your chart. That could be playing a role. So kind of taking upon the Gemini qualities for you this month. Now, Gemini is very much it's an air sign. So it does deal with our communicativeness, the way in which we communicate. It also deals with our way of social interaction, because they are very chatty, very, very much loving to be around other people. And then also too, just very inquisitive. They're very naturally like curious, I would say beings, if you will. They're just, it's like they're always wanting to know why. And I feel like that kind of correlates with you guys in that sense, where it's just like that thirst for knowledge, or just wanting to kind of get a little bit more insight to your situation, how you can kind of navigate. Now, the one thing just to be kind of wary of with Geminis is that sometimes, even though they can be think and have all these great ideas, sometimes it's hard for them to stay focused on the task at hand. So that could be something that if you do have Gemini in your chart, and maybe you are a Gemini rising, or maybe you have a Gemini moon, if you have that again in your chart, where that does sometimes you feel like you can't stay on task, so to speak, this might be a good time to just try to find a way where you can either make like a list of like a to-do list to just kind of help keep yourself accountable as you start to kind of navigate moving forward of what it is you're going to be doing and how you're going to be achieving, this next step. Because like I said, we're getting good news over here for something. There isn't a sense of abundance here, and you are escaping this kind of mental, I would say, anguish, almost like of, I can't, and replacing it with I can. So now we got to take the action. Okay. So now we actually have to we've got the plans in place. We got to actually do it now. So that's where I say, just maybe make yourself that to-do list to keep yourself a little bit more accountable. Now, it's interesting that I say that too, because as we go into the 6th house, this does represent our sense of work, right? So again, we're doing, this is us actually putting in actions in place and actually doing it. So don't be afraid to, put in the work, do what you need to. Okay. If you have an idea, write it down. That way you don't forget, and it becomes easier for you to reflect on or to go back to, if you kind of get caught up in like these other ideas or other things that come up. It's never a bad thing to just write down your ideas, because they might actually work out and pan out for you and be very helpful as you start to move forward. Okay. Now, the other thing I do want to mention, though, about the 6th house is that even though this does deal with work, this also does deal with health as well. So as I kind of mentioned earlier with the series card, we do have a couple mentions of health. So this might be a good time where we are, like I said, if this doesn't mean actual physical travel for you, that you are getting up and moving, you're doing something. I think, again, just kind of getting more in line, both mind and body, is going to be really important for you guys, just kind of moving forward. Again, just to kind of make things more attainable, more easy for you to kind of think clearly. I just feel like when we are out of balance, it's harder for us to, obtain what we're wanting, right? We just, it becomes like another obstacle kind of put in front of us. So this way it becomes a little bit easier for you once you're a little bit more, you're focusing on your mind, you're focusing on your body. Once you're able to kind of do both, you feel like anything's achievable because you're in a good balance. So definitely keep that in mind too, as you guys move forward this month. Now let's take a look at the rest of your cards. These are your magical mermaids and dolphin oracle cards. So the first one that we have is self-forgiveness. Let go of old guilt and remember that you're God's perfect child, okay? So this could be pertaining to that Eight of Swords in reverse that we were talking about. Now that you're starting to kind of see the bigger picture, you're starting to actually see that there are opportunities for you, that you do not have to limit yourself. Sometimes we can be a little hard on ourselves with that. So this is telling you to learn to forgive and not be so hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up just because maybe it took you a little bit longer to get to this realization that you can, in this whole time you've been telling yourself you can't, okay? Be gentle, be gentle on yourself, you guys, okay? The next one that we have is protection. You, your loved ones, and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. Okay. So I love that. So I think also too, this is something to just, if you were worried about like why health was coming up, I feel like I need to mention this. This is telling you you're fine. It's not anything to be super concerned about, but of course I'm not a doctor. Always trust your gut. If you feel like something is wrong, definitely go seek medical attention. Absolutely. But overall, I feel like if you have been kind of worried about yourself for a little bit, do what you need to do. Listen to your body. That is going to be the first biggest thing. But knowing that you are protected, that you are safe, you just need to start taking care of you during this time. Okay. And then the last one that we have is music for manifesting. To manifest rapidly, think of your desire while you chant, hum, sing, or play music. This is really funny because I feel like, so my husband is a Sagittarius, and for him, I know, he loves his music. He loves his music. He's got to listen to his music, like when he's working out, driving, all of that. And he has a very eclectic style. And I feel like this would definitely be very fitting for him. Like if he really wanted to kind of get in that good mindset, he'll put on a song or, listen to something that'll just kind of get him there. So I feel like this is very, very fitting for you guys. So let me know if you guys, resonate with that. Let me know what your favorite song down below is with this. I would be curious to know. All right, so for your last cards, we have imagination. Imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. Okay, so yeah, this is you starting to see all of the possibilities. Sorry, I'll put this more in frame. This is you starting to see all possibilities with that Page of Pentacles, kind of like we talked about. You're starting to kind of open up a little bit more. Again, going back to that Eight of Swords in reverse. The blindfold's off. Now it's time to really reimagine, rethink all of the different possibilities or all the things that you can do, whereas maybe before you didn't, or you couldn't see. So now let your imagination really take hold. Like I said, if you have good ideas or you have good thoughts, write them down. Okay, this is going to be something that you can refer back to later, especially if you're getting, all of like these downloads of all these ideas and thoughts of what you can do just to kind of get yourself that much further. Again, whether this is in your career, your personal life, whatever that may be, this is that time to do that. Okay. The next one that we have is safe home. Oh, look at that. You guys have two cards here about being safe. So I cast the circle roundabout. Safety now is beyond doubt. Okay. So you are safe. If you feel like you need to just give yourself that extra little reminder or, feel like you need to just feel protected or feel safe. Again, this is funny that I picked this too for you guys, the smoky quartz, because I feel like that does give you that grounding protection. Again, it wards off negativity. So this might be really helpful to work with. That's funny that happened. I didn't even think about that. And then we have sensuality. Your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. Okay, so yeah, definitely tap into your sensuality. This is that time where, I feel like the blindfold's off. I know I keep saying that, but it really is. The blindfold's off. Now you're starting to kind of see all of the possibilities that I think you weren't able to really see before. And so, yeah, once you kind of let go of that fear, or let go of, those restrictions that were kind of holding you back before, you can start to be more present. You can start to have fun more. You can start to be, more optimistic about, what's ahead, or what, is to come, because you're no longer, held back by fear or held back by doubt. So I'm really excited for you guys on that. Now, we are going to do some additional messages. So these are the Sea Melody Oracle cards. I love these ones. These are honestly my niece's favorite little cards. Every time she comes over, she loves to play with these. So thought I would do this. All right, so we have Chance. Allow the sea to wash its chest of wonders ashore. You never know what the tide may bring in. Yes. And if you notice here, right here in the corner, we've got some coins coming in. So we definitely have got some abundance. So there definitely is a chance of abundance here for you guys if you just give yourself that opportunity. Okay. Let's see. Any additional messages for my Sagittariuses? Yes, there was. Sorry, let me see if I can grab that. Oh my gosh, you guys. Safety. Look, safe home, protection, safety. I love when these come up multiple times. All right, so it says, don't be too proud to go back to shore, okay? So it's okay. It's okay if you need to like take a break or not rush it. If you want to take your time, that is fine. Okay. Anything that you need to do to feel more secure or safe in your situation, do it. Don't rush yourself. Don't feel like you have to do this, but knowing that, I think whatever this new opportunity is, or you just kind of like taking that blindfold off, I get it. Change is scary. When we start to see things differently than how we used to view them before, it feels like it's very uncertain, and I get it. There's that fear of like, I could potentially put myself in harm's way or things like that. So the fact that you're getting that reminder of like, you're going to be fine, you're going to be safe. I love that this is coming up for you. Okay. Oh, I just realized I was shuffling them the other way, but that's okay. Let's see. Let's get you guys at least maybe one more message. Or two. Okay, we'll take them. All right, so the first one that we have is breathe, break from beneath the water surface and soar up beyond the turquoise sea. Okay, so yeah, take a breather. It's okay. Like, I like that because it's like, don't forget to just take a moment, calm yourself, even if that means going for that walk or whatever, just get more centered, more grounded, go out in nature, whatever it is you need to do, or even if you do yoga or meditation, just something just to kind of help calm yourself, especially if you are nervous about this, new way of seeing things, or kind of this transition out of that mindset. And I literally said meditate, and then you have meditate. So make some quiet time in the still air. Okay. So yeah, definitely give yourself that moment that you need to. Okay. But Sagittarius, I am super excited for you guys. I think this is an amazing reading. I'm really happy for you. I'm happy that you're able to, kind of move forward here in a positive way. And I'm really excited to see what that is for you. So if you feel like sharing, definitely let me know down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give this a thumbs up, as it truly helps out my channel. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.